Good morning, folks. For today, I thought I would show Heat Pedal to the Metal. I am playing in a series against an Autobot, and I am red. I did horrible in my first four races, but I'm doing a little better in the second half, so I thought I'd show you the final race. I'm in it with black, and what you're going to do is you're going to move your car around the track by playing cards. So for this particular card, I'd move 4. For this particular card, I'd move 3. That card, I'd move 1. And the amount of cars that you play is all based on what gear you're on. So if you're in gear 1, you can only play 1 card. You can gear up once a turn. And if I'm in gear 2, I can play 2 cards. Or if you want to gear up 2 gears, you can, but you have to take a heat card. And what a heat card does is sort of clutter up your deck. So I think the best way to explain the game is just to show you. And I started off by using the garage cards, the extra cards. So what I did was, all the cards here, I shuffled, I put out 4 and I picked 1. I put out another 4 and I picked 1. I put out another 4 and I picked 1. So I'm going to take these garage cards and I'm going to put it into my deck, and I'm just going to shuffle my deck. So I am red, and I'm just going to get right at it. So I'm going to use an Autobot card for the black player. So for the black player, he is first. He is 12 spaces away. Not sure you can see that. I may have to get a little bit closer. He's 12 spaces away from a turn. Now, the speed of the turn is 5. You cannot go any faster than 5 around the corner. So if he was to go 13, he'd go around the corner, but he'd go around the corner by 8 more than the speed. And if it's a player, you would take heat cards, but the Autobot does not. So the black player can move 15. And since he's only 12 away, he is going to move to the 2 spot. So I'm going to move to the 2 spot, move on the inside. Here's kind of the little cheat sheet that I use. So if the car is between the speed limit and the legend line, which is the orange line, which is located right here, if it's in between this area and this area, he's going to do speed limit plus the number up here. If he's outside of this, if he's on this side, you're going to do the speed in the helmet. But if he goes past the line, then you use this here. So that's why I picked a 2 for him. So that is the Autobot card. Now for myself, you get 7 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And for this card, I keep trying from my deck until I get a card that has a speedometer on it. So right now I'm in first gear. So I am going to shift up from first gear. I want to get it close to that line as I can. At least second. I might even put it into third and take a heat card. And the heat card goes from my engine into my deck. And basically what this does is clutter up your deck. So if you get a whole bunch of these in here, you can't move very well. You can get rid of them by being in second or first gear. Second gear, get rid of 1 heat card. If you're in first gear, get rid of 3 heat cards. So I want to get as close to 12 as I can. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to get rid of this guy. Sometimes it's worth a 4. I'll play this card here. It can be a 1 or a 5. I'll take it as a 5. Take it as a 4. I am now 9, and I'll play my 3, which is going to be 12. So I'm going to take a heat card. I'm going to put it in my engine. This goes into my discard pile, and I am now in third gear, and I'm going to move 12. So I'm moving right to the line, and I move to the inside. Now, when I finish my turn, if I was in last place, I get an extra move. I can boost, which means take a card out of my deck And if it has one of these things here, that's how far I would go. But every time I boost, I need to take a heat card. Slipstream is if you're beside somebody or behind them, I can move 2. And a corner, as I mentioned before, you go too fast around here, you take heat cards, it clutters up your deck. I can also discard a card, and then I get back up to 7 cards. So that's kind of my cheat sheet. So I have 4 cards left. I think I'm going to keep them all. You cannot discard these cards, and you cannot discard heat cards at the end of your turn. You have to keep them. So I'll keep these 4. And next turn, it is going to be gray. So gray is going to move 11. So he's going to go to the 2 spot. Next up is blue, and blue is going to move 13, and he's on 13. He's going to go to 0. He'll move into the lead. Next up is green. He's going to move 19, so he can't go 19. He's 14 away, so what he's going to do is go to the 3. So he's going to go to the 3, and yellow is going to go 14, and he's on a 0. He can't go there, so he'll land there. Now, for these cards here, the Autobot cards, they cannot slipstream, heat, or cool down. So when they're traveling, they can't do a lot of the extras. All right, it is now my second turn, so I'm going to draw back up to 7 cards. These are my 7 cards. So what I want to do around the corner, since I'm first, I'm on the inside, I want to move 5. So I probably want to... I want to save some low cards for this corner. Do I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, I don't know if I even want to. Yeah, I think I'll just move the 5. I'm still learning the game myself. So I'm going to play a 3 and a 2. And I'm going to gear down into second gear. So it doesn't cost anything to move down a gear. And I'll move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next Autobot is the blue guy. So again, if he's in between, it's going to be the speed limit plus the sign at the top. So for blue, he is here. So the speed limit is 5 plus 3. He's going to move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He will move on the inside. Yellow is going to move 5 plus 2 is 7. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. He'll move in. Black is next. He is going to move 0 plus the 5 on the speed limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gray is also going to move 5. And green is going to move 5 plus the 1. And he cannot get by them. So that is how we are at the end of the second round. Now I'm going to redraw my cards, and I will be second. I pull a new Autobot card, and it is a blue. Again, I'm between the speed limit and the legend line. So if you are that, you take the speed limit plus the line up above. So it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He stays on the inside. Yellow is next. He's going to move speed limit plus 1, 2, 3. And now it's my turn. So for my turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, I probably want to get around that line and take 2 heat cards. So I think I'll play these 2 cards. So I put them into my 1, 2, 3, 4. And I am going to slipstream since I'm behind them. 1, 2, and I move in there. And slipstream does not add to your total. So because I had a 4, speed limit is 2, I'm going to take 2 heat cards, and that is now going to go into my discard pile. So you can see now I have 3 cards, heat cards in my discard pile. So when I go to shuffle and I have 6 cards remaining, when these are out, then the heat cards will come back in. Next up will be black. So black is behind the line. So if you're behind the line, it's going to be your racing helmet, which is 18. But that would take him past there. So he's going to move to the 3. He's going to move to the 3. Gray is going to move to the 3. He's behind the line. Green is going to move 12. It's too far, so he will move to the 1. So green will move to the 1, and that is the end of that one. Hopefully everyone's starting to understand. I just wanted to show you how to play the game. Didn't actually want to play the whole game. I just want to let you get a feel for Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Maybe I'll do another round. It's a lot of fun with other players, but even the bot I find really challenging, a lot of fun. So I'm going to draw back up to 7 cards. So these are my new cards. And the next Autobot for the blue. So he is between the yellow line and here. And if you're in between, it's going to be the speed limit plus the sign up here. So for blue, it's going to be a 2. Speed limit is 4, so he's going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put him down there, and I am next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I do a 5, I get around the corner, but I also take a heat card. Yeah, I think I want to get around that corner to kind of boost it up. So I think I'll play a 5, play a 4 and a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, if I go 6, I get 2 heat cards. Yeah, I'm going to play a 6. So I'll move in behind him. And I'll take 2 heat cards because I'm 2 over the speed limit. But I will slingshot. I don't know if that's a good strategy or not. That's probably why I get killed by the Autobot every single time. And I take the lead. Next is yellow. So he is in between. So it's going to be 3 plus the speed is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He will go to the inside. Green is in between. So it's going to be 2 plus 2. He will be there. Black is next. He is in between the speed line and the legend line. These are called legend cars. So it's going to be 2 plus 1. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And gray is also going to move 3. And maybe I'll finish off with one more turn. I'm in the lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to get 8. I don't want to go over. Don't want to take any cards. So here is my cards. So here's my garage card. I can move 2 or 4. This one here, I can move 5. I can also get rid of one of these cards, and they're random. So what I would do is just go to my deck, and I keep flipping cards until one with the speedometer comes up. So I couldn't use this. I could use that. I could use that. I'm looking for those cards, but it's a blind move up, which can be dangerous. So I am 8 away. So I want to move 8. And can I do it with 2 cards? I think I can. I'm going to use the 4 and the 4. I'm still in second gear. So I will move 8 and stay right there. And next up is blue. Now, blue is behind the legend line, so he's going to move what's on his helmet as long as he doesn't go past the 3. So he's 9 away. It's all marked on the board. And blue is going to move 10, so that would put him past. So he is going to move to the 0 instead. So he is right beside me. Yellow is behind the legend line, so he's going to move his helmet, which is 12. And he's on 11, so that would put him past. So you can't do that, so you go to the 1. So he's going to go to the 1. Green is in between legend line in here. So if you're in between, it's the speedometer 4 plus 1. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you always tuck to the inside. You see the thick line here. That is the leader line. Black, again, in between the speedometer and the legend line. So black is going to move 3. And so was gray. They're both going to move 5. So 3 plus the 2. 5. He'll move there. He will move there. So that is Heat, Pedal to the Metal. It's quite an enjoyable game. Even playing solo, it's a lot of fun. How much time here? 15 minutes. Maybe I'll do one more quick turn. So for my next one, I only have one heat card left in my engine. So I don't want to take any heat. And I want to get around this corner by using a 3. So I'll probably use a 2 and a 1. So I am going to stay in second gear and move 1, 2, 3 and tuck it around and not take any heat cards. Now, if I did have heat cards in my hand and I was in second gear, I could get rid of one of them, but I don't have them yet. I will get them because I just ran out of cards and it's time for me to reshuffle. And I'll just finish off the turn by showing you what blue's going to do. So blue, again, is in between the legend line and the speedometer. So if you're in between, it is going to be the speed limit plus the number. So the speed limit is 3, and his number for blue is 0. So he's going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Yellow is next. He is in between. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3. Next is green. Now green's behind the yellow line. So he's going to move his helmet, and his helmet is 17, but he's 11 away. So he's not going to do that. He can't cross that line. So he's going to move to the 2, tuck it in, and there's 4, and the legend line is there in gold on the board. So black is going to move this plus the total. He's going to move 5. 5, he moves in. And gray is going to move 2 plus 4. He's going to move 6. 5, 6. And I think he's going to move 7 because if you're last, it's a makeup mechanism, and I've been forgetting to do it. But that is Heat Pedal to the Metal. It is a really fun game. I quite enjoy it. You can play solo. I've been having a great time playing solo. I've got my last race coming up, seeing if I can win in Great Britain or France. You get boards for Italy and the United States. So, yeah, it's just a really fun game that I thought I'd show everybody. That's all for now, folks.